Just popped up. Just popped up. Just popped up. All right, here we go.
This is Rowena Dooley asking Sol citizens to report for duty.
And greetings. Welcome back to Soul Citizens. I'm GriffinGamingRPG. We are back. Today is September the 22nd, and we're back. We're getting near the end of the month, and we're going to have a really special show for you guys today. I'm happy to be joined by several of our co-hosts today. This is a very unique group that I have with me today. Even though they're familiar faces, we all have something in common. And the thing that we have in common is that all of us attended CitizenCon last year when it was held in Los Angeles, California, here in the States. And so with me today, I'm going to start off on my left and your right with the one and the only yoyoMeg. What's up, Double Dogs? Woof woof.
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Looking good. I love you, Paul Shelley, and Buster the Destroyer will throw out y'all anytime. So I can always tell the Texas thing is going on. It's good to have you and your bright smile on with us, Meg. Good to have you with us tonight. And on the far end of me, the one and the only CaptainSeriousSFun himself. Cap, what's going on?
Greetings and salutations. It is a blessing to be here with the crew, the part of the 2953 crew that represented in LA, and to represent tonight is good stuff. Yeah,
that's very true. We'll have to talk about that, who the other parts are when we get a little bit further in. And of course, last but not least, the one and the only FC Fastcart. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm locked and ready for some bad jokes. So ban me if you want. I got my tokens ready. I'm ready to say some stuff.
Fair enough. I will actually kind of double back to CaptainSeriousFun. One of the things that's unique about last year when we went to CitizenCon, and before I even get into that, oh my God, I forgot. Let's talk about the title of today's show. 28 days. We are 28 days away from CitizenCon 29, 40, 54. I was about to say 44, but it would been really bad. 54. And the clock is ticking. We are less than a month away. And last year, the Soul Citizens, even though initially we were just going to go as our regular selves, we were fortunate enough to be able to go as a group, as a streaming group, and actually have a table at CitizenCon, which we got to meet many of you guys while we were there. You guys watched the show with us, and it was. Fastcart and I have been to CitizenCons previously. We've been to at least 3. But this was the first time for both CaptainSeriousFun and yoyoMeg. And just real quick, I'm going to go in reverse this time. Captain, just real quick synopsis. What was your feeling about attending CitizenCon last year for the first time?
It was fine. It was powerful in terms of getting in front of and meeting developers. It was powerful in terms of being there for the communal energy of the content.
Mm-hmm.
It was unforgettable because of connecting with people.
Mm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When I was sometimes I was in the row with Abdi Johan and with Meg. Sometimes I was at the table with Griff and Fastcart.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I was in line with other folks. I was passing Go Mob. Line. He kept coming back with more stuff than me, but that was all right. The dinner. Yeah. It was just a really, really good experience, and it felt good every day, all day. So, but it was mainly because of the people.
Okay.
So it was good stuff.
Okay. Meg, how about you? First time going?
Yeah, first time going.
It's okay. She got the speaker on.
Wait, is that me?
Yep. I think it is. Do you have audio on? Audio might be on.
No,
I'm
it's
muted.
off and
Where is that coming?
yeah, I don't know where that's coming from.
That's spooky. Say one time, Meg. One more time.
Hello.
Okay,
Hello?
It's gone.
All right, but yeah, it's my first time going, so I didn't really have much to compare it to. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Yeah, all the people there, getting to meet different people, getting to go to different booths, different activities going on, getting to check out Pyro. Not only like playing it, but playing it with like some of the Soul Citizens was great.
Mm.
The panels, just seeing a bunch of new stuff that I followed the project a little bit, but not too in depth, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I feel like there was a lot that we saw that, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to speak for everybody, but like for me, I didn't expect a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool to see a lot of this stuff visualized, and throughout the year, finally get to see some of that stuff come into the game. Yeah, it just gets me more excited for what is coming the next year and at CitizenCon, and what we don't know that they've been working on behind the scenes. So yeah.
Yeah. FC, how about you?
Yeah, thank you for the sub, Drakazog. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Drakazog.
Just like Griffin said, I was hanging back at the booth, but it was great because we had a great view of a monitor, a big screen TV in front of us. So we got to see some stuff and hear most of the stuff. People coming by, but it's like it was said earlier, the community. That's what made it for me. And I guess we could say seeing the Soul Citizen mug on stream, that was a highlight. When Disco Lando brought that on and put it on the table for us, so that was cool. But yeah, I had fun. It was I always say this, like every time I go to CitizenCon, it's like a week or two afterwards. I have the CitizenCon blues. That's my term for it. But we get to see all these people all at one time, and then you're sad to see them go.
Yeah, I think everybody here kind of highlighted something, and it's hard to say. I know sometimes it sounds cliche when people say you need to go to CitizenCon. Yeah, we get to watch the hours and hours of video footage or the recordings afterward, but there are other aspects of it that just don't come across in the videos. And so being able to connect with the community, connecting with the developers, seeing things in person when they take place has a different, I guess you could say, what do you guys think? Just a different feel to it than when you just watch it on stream? Just a different kind of thing. Do you guys agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
yeah, the when I Griff would send me out from the table and be like, go get that developer and bring him over. And so I got to
that was me mostly.
Well, yeah, and Fastcart. And I got to intercept Brian Chambers, and I got to intercept Aaron Roberts, and I got to intercept Todd Pappy and a bunch of others and bring them over to the table. And it was just an easy way for me to have an excuse to meet them, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
physically getting on a dragonfly,
Mhm.
right, and seeing how big that actually is. Some of the stuff I had done the watch parties in the Soul Citizens Discord a couple of years before,
Mhm.
but to see everybody and to make that, it's like stuff is fully physicalized in the game. It physicalized the Star Citizen experience for me. It was very good.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to explain to you guys why Cap was chasing people down. Some of you may remember that we had some items that we gave away. There were 6 signed posters, and in particular to Star Jump Grimm's team over at Star Jump Station, we tried to get as many CIG people to sign off on those posters to send to them because at the last minute Grimm couldn't come. But it wasn't just us chasing people down. There were plenty of opportunities where they came and stopped by and saw us. They just literally came by the table and saw us and said, hey. So it is an interactive event, the weekend. It's not just about, the sales or about what's coming up, but there's just this different type of connection that happens in the event. So we want to give you that background. Sure, go ahead.
And CaptainSeriousFun said he mentioned intercepting the developers. I'm just glad no one threw a flag on a play. This is Football Sunday, so I have to say that.
No, okay. All right. So now I've lost track of where I was going. So
I had that effect.
Okay, so we gave you that background because we want you to know that because we attended CitizenCon last year, today's show, 28 Days, is us looking forward to the show that's coming up. And one of the things that we wanted to do, many of you guys will remember that last year, CIG showed us many, many things at last year's CitizenCon. And many of those things, they stated that they wanted to have out to us within a year's time, which would be October of this year. And so what we're going to do today, we did a little bit of this on Soul Voices a couple weeks ago, where we just kind of went through I think it was like, I forget what the percentage was. It was like somewhere between 53 or 60% of the things that have been completed that CIG said they wanted to get out this year. And we showed all of that. But today, we're only going to focus in on those things that are not currently in our hands. Maybe we've seen them at CitizenCon. Maybe we've seen them over the last several months. We're going to be talking about them. And then at the end, we're going to give you predictions. This is just our thoughts about what it is we think we will actually see at CitCon this year as we count down these 28 days. So let's go ahead and get into it because that's what we are here to do. All righty then.
Nothing to it but to do it.
Nothing but to do it. Okay, we're going to do it. All right. So one of the things that we're going to do right now, we're going to give you some time to get something to drink, get your notes together. We are going to watch the Starengine video. Now, many of you, I'm sure probably most of you, if not all of you, have seen it, but you probably haven't watched it recently. And so we're watching it now based upon what we saw last year at CitizenCon, the development and work that we've seen throughout this year, and now where we stand now. And there may be some things in this video that I think maybe you didn't catch the first time, or maybe it starts to click with some things, or seeing where CIG is going. Maybe it's something that we've seen in the ISCs over the last few weeks, but we want to do that as our base. And then from there, we're going to build out because as you guys know, that video ran from Stanton into Pyro. Okay, so let's go ahead and kick this video off and watch it. And then we're going to come back and start getting into the list of items that we want to talk about.
quick note, they updated this since CitizenCon. They added the numbers at the bottom of the screen and made some other few changes before they uploaded to YouTube. it should be a great spot for the Hills Online with the sound of music. I got you, Echo Bit. I do wonder if people are impressed that this is all one thing without loading screens.
Us not to get jaded. We get a floating cloud city.
I wish they would release this soundtrack because I love this soundtrack. Okay. We're back. Really want to go around the panel here real quick. Meg, I'm going to come back to you first on this one. After seeing this again, you saw it on the big screen at CitizenCon. You're watching it again almost a year later. What's your general feeling when you watch it for this time?
Yeah, I mean, the video itself is the music, how it looks is beautiful, but yeah, missing a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm not gonna say that they should have had Pyro out this year, but I am pretty sad that we got to play test it and not actually, like, we're still almost CitizenCon here and we still don't have Pyro playable. And but yeah, it is cool to see those other things we did see that weren't in the game make it to the game. So we did see a lot of that stuff make it, like the water effects, blanking on a lot of other stuff, but we got a couple animals. I don't think we have the cows yet. But yeah, and obviously we did get to play test Pyro, so we did get to see like a majority of that stuff. But yeah.
Okay. FC, how about you?
I like the fire effect. We haven't really gotten those. We've had some ISCs about that, but that's still coming. They removed. Oh, talk about the blood, sweat, and tears. We saw blood at last year's CitizenCon right at the end, but they took that out. I guess they explained why, but I forget at the moment why they did that. But yeah, they kept the sweat and tears, so that's something that was noticeable. And they went over 1 trillion kilometers without any loading screen. Some of them may say the jump point may be a loading screen, but not really. But I don't really count it as one. But basically, it's all one continuous scene without any other loading. So that's impressive for especially for Starengine, for people who want to maybe interesting that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stop there.
Okay. Cap, how about you?
Yeah, this reminds me of, when you're on the city when you're headed to the city on the hill and it's a journey of 1,000 miles and you're halfway there, you look forward and you can't see the city yet, and you look back and you can't see where you came from. It's so far back and you're right in the middle. And sometimes it's hard to gauge how far you've come.
Yeah.
So a video like this helps us with some of that, you know what I mean? But there's still a lot to go. Still a lot to go. And, for me, I get excited by what's to come. I have let go of the timeline, and so I get excited when we get stuff, and I remain interested in what we have, and so when new stuff comes, it comes and it's exciting. So I'm looking forward to the rest.
Okay. There were some things here that I am looking forward to that are not necessarily been outlined, at least in great detail. One of them was when we were going through Stanton at New Babbage and they went through Wally's. There was ambient voices going on from the NPCs. Yes. And so that brought a different feeling of life. It's great to see NPCs moving around and sitting at tables, but to have those conversations going on, wild lines and stuff from just NPCs, I'm looking forward to that. I think you guys mentioned, Meg mentioned about the quasi-grazer and the storm wall, which we saw in here, but we didn't see the current animals that we have in the game now. It's the Copian and the, what's the other one called? The Marok? What's it called? Marok. So they didn't have that in this, but those, so we have had something introduced, but not those that we saw in the video. There was also one other thing they mentioned. If I saw the section when the Gladius was taking off from the little spaceport, they mentioned, if I read it correctly, it was in small type, it said decals. And I was like, oh, that's interesting to see if they're going to introduce something like that onto ships that we can put onto ships later on for graphics. But those are the things I saw that maybe weren't necessarily listed that I'm kind of looking forward to seeing in the game. So to those of you who got here a little late, what we're doing is we just did the review of the Starengine video from last year's CitCon. And what we're going to be doing is going over the list of items that have not been turned over to the community yet, that were listed in this video and throughout CitizenCon. There are many that have been. There's over 50% of the items have been completed, and we do have them working, buggy, whatever the case may be, but they have been implemented by 3.24. But now we're going to talk about those things that we still are waiting on. And the question will be, will CIG make it by their 12-month deadline that they talked about, and whether they'll be able to present those things to us by CitizenCon this year. So let's jump into the first list. These are all listings based upon how do I describe this? If you remember, there were like 8 videos that CIG put out. And so each one of these is one of those videos. And this was the first one, Shaping the Verse, the Future of Starengine. So I'm just going to go through these, and you guys, we can just talk about them. One of them was the new quantum travel effect, the fire simulation and attached gameplay, Maelstrom, ray traced GI, graphical interface, new audio stimulation, realistic mode, and static server meshing. Fastcart, I'm gonna go to you first this time. Pick one or two of those that you want to talk about. Any thoughts about them, whether you've seen them throughout the year, nothing about them throughout the year, whichever ones you want to pick.
I'll say ray tracing GI. We've seen the God rays and some other aspect. You need a high-end graphics card to see those effects. But yeah, I've been seeing them. People I've been noticing those that they've been put in. So I want to say that's a yes. I'm not sure if that's a
no.
The GI.
No, ray tracing.
The GI is different.
No, ray tracing at the level that they were talking about, I don't think is in the game. Everything on these lists is stuff that has not been done yet.
Did not. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they are working to
yes.
I mean, they made some graphical improvements
yes.
with the end of this year. So maybe that's next on the list. Fire simulation. I mentioned that before, but they're trying to get that in the game. They had, like I said, they had several IACs about that. So I can see them getting close to putting that in sometime soon, especially. I don't know if they're gonna have smoke, so they were missing the smoke effect in the IIC, so maybe that's what they're trying to nail down before they give it to us. But yeah, that should be pretty close.
Okay, Meg, how about you? You're muted.
Static.
Okay, we go.
Server meshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't get to participate in the last one they did, but I heard some really good things about it. Like the 500 populated servers were running like pretty decent, and it was just like it was iffy at 1,000, but that's much better than it was the last time they did it. So they're obviously getting some good data and making things better. So that's going to be exciting to see hit live at whatever. I mean, honestly, anything over 100, like even if they do 500 just to start, that'd be pretty interesting to see with just Stanton. Yeah. I don't know what they plan to do with that. Like if they're gonna do it in baby steps, or if they're just gonna slap a 1,000 populated server on us. But yeah.
Okay. Cap, anything on the list?
Yeah, a couple of things that I'm looking forward to. One is the quantum travel effect. And for whatever reason, I don't have any information on this, but for whatever reason, I feel like we're going to get that with jump points and with 4.0. I feel that the effect's going to come with that. Steve, the dancer, took some of my thunder in the chat, because one of the things that they talked about with that was this quantum boost mechanic. And we have not heard about that at all since CitizenCon. So I'm wondering if they're looking at, don't be sorry, Steve, it's all good. You can get down in the chat. You can get down in the chat. But the strategic and tactical impact of quantum boosting wherever you want, maybe they're looking at that again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what it means. Yeah. But I think that the effect will probably come with 4.0 and all of the changes to jump points. That's my guess. The other one that we haven't really heard anything about is the realistic mode for the audio simulation. And, I always like to mention audio because we very much underestimate how much information we get while we play through the audio setup. Right. So, getting the opportunity to test that, it sounds like that's on the back burner as well. So,
okay. For me, the quantum effect, and by the way, some of these things, one of my conclusions with some of these is that a lot of the stuff that we don't have is because it's going to come with Pyro. And one of them is the quantum travel effect. I know we could get it now, but to me, it's like that idea of being able to control manually flying these certain distances in quantum, especially in a large space like Pyro, will make even more sense than it does in Stanton. I know they could, if it's ready, they could give it to us. There's a part of me that just says a lot of what we're going to list here is tied to Pyro itself. And unfortunately, Pyro itself is tied to, as Meg mentioned, the static server meshing. So it's not that I don't think some of these things aren't done, but I think that they are definitely tied to the release of Pyro. Fire simulation, we've seen that. They've showed it to us. So we know that's coming. They talked about the fire extinguishers and all that stuff. So I think that's one of those things we'll get. Maelstrom is the one I'm a little nervous about. And when I say nervous, I just don't know if we're going to see that by the time CitizenCon comes around. It would be amazing if they introduce some tier 0 version of that, where there is levels of destruction in the game, especially when we get later on to talking about base building. Whether or not that will be even included. If base building's in, if they put Maelstrom in, that would be amazing. But we'll have to see how that goes. Fastcart, you're right about the ray traced aspect. They have enhanced graphics. In some places, the graphics actually do look like they're ray traced. They're really, really gorgeous. But I don't think the full tech is in as of yet. And again, Meg, to your point, static server meshing, CIG. Just finished a test on that. It was a better test than last time. And Meg, you're online with my prediction, which was that if we get at least 500 per server, I'm ecstatic. You know, that puts us with a lot of folks in the game, because the 100 right now going into Pyro would be just a ghost town as far as I'm concerned. So I agree with you 100% on that. Okay, let's hit the next one here. Uh-oh, the button does not want to work for some reason. Give me a second here. Got to turn that off manually. Turn on the next one. There we go. I think that's the next one, right? Is that right? Fix it, fly it. Yeah. This is a big one, gang. Captain, I'm going to go to you first on this one. Resource management. CIG just did a whole piece on this last week on engineering.
Right.
Right. Let's talk about this one.
So this is the one that I think is definitely coming with 4.0. When you look at the progress tracker and the release view, and you take a look at what they say about engineering, you know, that's on there as core tech, or core gameplay, but it's built out by the core gameplay pillar team, and the core gameplay pillar team has about 4 or 5 things that they're to bring home for 4.0, and engineering is one of them, right?
Okay.
They've been working on it for 33 weeks. And the language that they use in the last ISC makes me confident that this is going to come with 4.0, at least a tier 0, tier 0.5 version of it. They talked even in the ISC about how the pace of some degradations, the pace of some misfires will probably be ramped back at first, which makes me think that our tier 0 or tier 0.5 will give us some of that, but not all of it.
Okay.
Because it has to be integrated into other systems. So super excited about that, because it changes the nature of Starship gameplay fundamentally, and allows different people on a ship to assume roles with fuller, more complete game loops for those roles. Not only the engineering, the people who are doing the engineering, but the people who are strategically giving direction, right? So very excited about that.
Okay. Meg, how about you? The engineering piece. Did you get to see the ISC this week? And any thoughts on that?
I didn't get to see it, but if it's the engineering where it'll make soft death mean more than having to still completely get a different ship or vehicle, I'm excited for that, for specifically rock mining. The amount of times I soft death and try to put it on a pad and can't repair it, it's pretty annoying. And I know you could just get another rock, but I'm looking forward to that gameplay. Ships are going to be great as well, but I think I don't even think the rock has physical components, so seeing the physicalized components across the board on all vehicles and ships is going to be great as well. Hopefully, with that comes more. I don't know about gold passes, but just some standardization, like inventory within the ships. A lot of ships don't have the like lockers or things like that. So yeah, just excited for more ship tweaking.
Well, let me tell you this: you need to watch that show from Thursday. It's going to blow your mind. So check it out. It's good. It is a Cap used the right word. It is literally a game changer. So make sure you watch the show from Thursday. It's really, really good. FC, you did cover that show on Thursday. Any thoughts? Do you think this is going to definitely be delivered 4.0 or by CitizenCon? And let me say this too, gang. I know there's a big discussion about when. And you know CIG with their wins, but CIG was the one who said it this time, okay? So there are some questions about whether Evocati will have it by CitizenCon or whether we'll have it by CitizenCon. I'm not going to distinguish between those two right now. The question is whether or not they're going to reach that 12-month period. We could say end of the year if we wanted to, but I'm just going to say they said we want to have it to you within the next year. So that could have meant to the CitizenCon or by the end of 2024, okay? Fastcart, my question to you, do you think that we'll be receiving it?
It seems pretty far along, and when we watch ISC on Thursday, one thing that not troubled me, but something that I'm wondering about. We know that size 1 and size 2 ship components will be repairable in some form and fashion by the player. My question becomes like, what happened? What do they have in mind for size 3 and up?
But let me clarify. Let me clarify you. Size 1 and 2 are removable, replaceable. You can still fix the other ones. It's just that you can't swap out anything that's above a 2.
Right.
You can repair it.
But something you mentioned yesterday on Voices, it is an improvement that they say that even if something is completely unworkable, it won't be dead. You can still repair it to some extent. And before they were saying something's dead, you gotta replace it.
Right.
So that is an improvement.
Right.
But I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to be walking around my Benny Measurement with 3 boxes in my pocket or something every so often to replace them. But we'll see how often that happens. Hopefully that won't be too often, but we'll see.
Well, it won't be fuses, my friend. Fuses are for fuses. You know, repair is repair. That's a little bit different, you know. To your point, though, about the changes, this is a good example of what development is, gang. You mentioned earlier about the fact that the blood wasn't shown in this particular video. Does that mean his blood is
blood?
Right.
Bring back blood.
I agree. Does that mean that blood will not show up, or does it mean that it didn't show up the way they wanted it? We just don't know. Same thing with that. We talk about the components. When CIG first talked to us about components, they said that once a component hit 0, it was no good and you had to replace it. Now they've changed it and said it can hit 0, it's dead, but you can repair it. So this is a good example of how development can change, and why, you know, a lot of times we want to hold them to their word. But if there's a better reason for something, or maybe a reason we don't know about, things change based upon the development. I agree with you guys. I think resource management is a no-brainer. We're going to get it. It's too vital and too important to the next stage of moving this game forward. So I think that definitely this is something that we can look forward to getting by CitizenCon or around that time.
One more quick thing.
Yes.
They did put out a dev post a little while ago updating some of the changes to various ships. They're like making it more consistent between different classes. So some ships will have one size 2 or instead of having 2 size 1. And so I'm trying to find that link, but when I find it out,
that was just that was just the new component outlays for ships. But again, that's not necessarily saying whether or not resource management is coming. That's just saying that they're rebalancing ships in relation to components and weapons and stuff like that, right? But I think that the engineering side of it is definitely going to be something that's going to be coming. But if you find the link, feel free to drop it in. Next chapter was navigating the universe. Meg, I'm gonna come to you. I don't know if you remember some of these from CitizenCon, the FPS repair gameplay, which is what we were just talking about a second ago. Being able to use the repair tool, the multi-tool. Did you ever monkey around with any of that A2 stuff when it was in Arena Commander? Yep. You did?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What are your thoughts about it? You think it's gonna happen?
I hope it happens.
Okay.
I think that'll add some more roles to the ship instead of just everybody. I don't know. Adding some more depth to the game would be great, and I think that's going to be. It just adds more into the engineering, repair. I feel like is that not the method of repairing?
Absolutely.
I missed that video last week, so I don't know what they changed.
Yep, absolutely. No, you're right. And by the way, I shouldn't lock you down to that one. You can pick any of those that's up there that you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't really know much about. I remember the FPS scanning, like the 3D map. I don't remember that.
The 3D mini map. Remember when they went to the terminal at that warehouse, and then they were able to download the map into your mobiGlas.
Did they give us any more information on that?
That was it. We just saw it at CitizenCon. I don't think we've seen anything this year on that since CitizenCon.
The FPS scanning, if that's talking about like the helmets specifically, maybe.
You know what? I've got a difficulty. Maybe you guys can help me out with that one, because there was the FPS pinging, and then there was the FPS scanning, and I think they're two different things. One was when they did the ping, remember, and the people were hiding behind the boxes, and you could just see the image for a second, and then it went away. Yeah. But I don't remember. I think that's the pinging, so I can't remember what FPS scanning is. Do you remember, Cap?
No, for me, I was going to say that's what I thought it was.
Okay.
Was the variations on that feature.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah. And to your point, Meg, the helmets were supposed to be a part of that. You're right, because they said the different helmets would give different capabilities, if I'm remembering. I think you mentioned about the helmet, the visors, rather, I should say the visors, the helmet visors.
And I don't know if they probably just gave us the overview of it, but I'm interested in seeing if that's something we can just purchase outright, or if it's something we have to build rep to get locked behind, like certain rep or certain places you can purchase it. Having that means maybe you're scannable. I don't know, but that's what's going to be a big game changer for PvE, PvP. Yikes! Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to combat how you're not showing up. Like if there's going to be certain things you can wear to not get seen, like stealth mode. I'm excited to see what's in store for that. The repair gameplay is going to be huge. The mini maps, that's going to be interesting. But being able to purchase some things, again, curious if that's something we can maybe purchase in places or get from certain NPCs. People are selling them. If you want the fun of exploring something yourself, something's too hard, so you just purchase it. I'm really excited for data running and what all that's going to look like.
Okay. FC, how about you? Any of those in particular?
Yeah, the 3D mini map downloadable to many mobiGlas. I'm looking forward to that. Hoping that'll be in 4.0. They did it ISC. Quite a few weeks ago, but they gave us an update about that. So it is coming along, but whether or not they'll make the deadline, we have to see. But I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Cap, how about you?
Yeah, the last two stand out for me. I feel like because the first one, FPS repair gameplay, we got some of that as it relates to engineering. And, there's another section. I don't know if it's on here because I don't know if they used the language at the time, but the language they're using now is, what's it called? Charge and drain.
Oh, for fixing things and repair. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the charge drain mechanic is supposed to come in 4.0, and I think that speaks to that one. But what I'm interested in is, and I don't think we're going to get it for CitizenCon, are the downloadable mini maps to mobiGlas and the data running. This is where, and you've talked about it a lot, where you said, look, 4.0 has to give us more than pyro and server meshing. And in some areas, I think it will. And in some areas, I think they're going to talk about this on the journey to 1.0, right? Okay. Because data runner is a career, right? Bounty hunting is a career. And I think they're going to want to take the time to build those out. So we may get very, very small pieces of it, but I don't think that we'll get it in the fullness that we're looking for it by CitizenCon.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go something here, Django, that says, great looking back at last year's promises. And it is great to go back and look at this, but Django left, I'm going to say something. Chris Roberts' words were, this is what he said, this is what we would like to have in your hands by next year. I don't know if that's a promise. It's a statement of intent. It's a statement of intent. Yes, it's a statement of intent. And a lot of times we all embrace these as promises, and I would say you're going to hurt your feelings, gang, if y'all think that stuff CIG says is a promise. The only thing I've heard anybody ever swear to God on was John Crew about CaptainSeriousSfun's Polaris. And so he might be in trouble. That's the only thing. Yeah, so that's the only thing I've heard them recently say that was definitely going to happen. So stay away from promises. Stay away from promises.
And remember, even Disco Lando and Jared were kind of pushing back on that. Like,
yeah,
really?
He said, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" He's like, "Yes, yes."
Even then, the next time he talked about it, it was slightly softer language.
Yes,
so somebody
yes.
Somebody must have got to him.
Yeah.
You know?
Jade says that it's an aspiration. Yeah, that's what they aspire to. That's what their intention is to do. And if you keep it as their intention, I think nobody blows a fuse. You know, you can be disappointed. But when you say promises, you put a lot of weight on yourself as well as CIG when they're not making promises. Okay, let's hop into this next one here. That was the end of that one. We went into
the only other thing I'd add really quick, that in terms of resource management and engineering, real quick, is the language that they use in ISC was that this was an evolution beyond the pipe system. So we need to recognize that they were telling us that the pipe system has gone away.
Yeah, for resource management. Yeah, big time.
They are not going to be mapping little individual pipes, right, in every ship in a way where that's the resource management flow. It's more behind the scenes, right, and run by screens. But the pipe system is no longer the way in which that's getting done. So.
Okay. Alrighty. Character advancement. Fastcart, go to you first on any of these. The Frontier Clothing, the Rough and Ready Gang, or Player Hygiene?
I don't know about Player Hygiene being in by 4.0.
Okay.
We haven't really... Wait, did we hear? I don't remember. Was it ISC? I don't recall an ISC.
Nah, there was nothing detailed about it. They had that one little funny video where the guy blew off the toilet, and that was about it. There hasn't been any great detail about it.
That was it. Yeah. So they haven't really have an update or given an update or information about that. So I'm not too confident about that, but we'll see about that.
Yo, what about you? Any of those Frontier Clothing, Rough and Ready Gang? What you got?
I'm excited for all three.
Okay.
Player Hygiene finally gives us a reason to push why we love our bathrooms. They didn't say anything about I think y'all were just talking about it, but we're not actually gonna worry about like using the bathroom, but showering is gonna be a thing. And then Rough and Ready Gang, just gangs in general, rep between things, gaining rep, losing rep, based on like who you're messing with and like places being accessible. Trying to think of the word to use, being able to access places based on rep or not being able to access places based on rep. That's going to be pretty interesting. Being able to play Pyro and see that like they did in fact like give us a bunch of, I don't know if a bunch is the right word, but a few different ways to access stations. So if you're not allowed to be there, sneak around, because they show the videos, but actually getting to play that was cool to try to find your way around places. There's so many different access points that lead to nowhere and somewhere. That's pretty cool. Excited to see more of that in the future. And then the clothing, mostly excited for the satchels, or I don't know what you call them, the things that you can stick onto your arms and legs, just like more bags. Would love a backpack you can put on clothing, but I guess that's step one. So yeah, definitely excited for that. Love, and I know a lot of people love, regardless of the haters, I don't know why they think that's weird, but going around in clothing, being able to, I think once we got the backpack reloading, people thought that was like just for armor, but you can use that with clothes as well. But you can't carry that much with clothes.
Right.
So yeah, getting that stuff is going to be pretty nice.
Yeah. Cool. Cap, how about you? Any of those three in particular stick out for you?
Yeah, I mean the moving of the pockets on the Frontier Clothing or that have in different pockets excites me. As Jade says, that stuff is in Pyro right now, right? So we're just waiting for 4.0 and server meshing to trigger that and gain access to that. Rough and Ready Gang, they did review again. In fact, they gave us the lore behind how they became Rough and Ready Gang. And they made it clear that the Rough and Ready Gang is sort of the gang over most stations, right? So I feel like when we get Pyro, we'll get Rough and Ready Gang.
Yeah.
And then player hygiene, you know, I feel like this is 50-50 in that it feels like a system you can turn on the way you turn on Hunger and Thirst, right? I don't feel like it's much more complicated than that, right? And essentially you turn off Hunger and Thirst with food and drink, and you can turn off Hunger and Thirst with hitting that shower. I mean, turn off hygiene problems with hitting that shower. And, you know, if they make it, you know, half the time that it takes right now for food and water, that'll be interesting. What will be more interesting about hygiene is not that they turn on the mechanic and that you can turn it off with taking a shower, but what the reaction among NPCs and others might be if you fail to manage your hygiene. That's what'll be interesting, right? Like, are you not going to be allowed in certain places? Are NPCs going to say things to you, right? That's the interesting thing that'll be that'll come from that. And I'm not sure that part of it will be in, but I feel like it's 50-50 that the first part will get turned on.
I'm hoping that for April Fool's Day, if they turn on hygiene, they have a day where if you don't take a shower, you look like Pigpen with dirt cloud coming around your character. But we'll have to see about that.
We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, all three of those interest me.
All three. Yeah. The Frontier clothing, definitely, we know that's coming with Pyro. Rough and Ready Gang, same thing. I think that obviously I think AI is going to be vital to Pyro being successful. So I'm hoping and thinking that that's going to be something that's going to be in place. The player hygiene, I think that I know a lot of times we think of hygiene in the sense of odor and things of that nature, but I think that we have to include the things like what we saw with sweating and the blood, because those are visual triggers for us as the other player to see. If someone is injured, for example, and if I see them bleeding, if I'm doing medical, that might give me some indication to the fact to how the level of the person's injury. So I would love to see stuff like that incorporated into the game later. It's not a big priority. I don't think that's the one that if I took out of these three, I would say that one we may not see by 4.0, maybe later. But the first two, definitely, I'm cool with those coming in on the first two. We're going to take a break here for a second. We're already past the halfway point of our show. We're just going to do a very quick 1-minute commercial. So we want you guys to stick around for us. Thank you guys for being here with us. Want to give some shout outs to Ratterrid earlier for that sub that you gave for the community gift sub. Thank you so much. Also, EchoBit, thank you for the 20 bits earlier as well. And we're going to hit this commercial and we are going to be right back. So stick around, just 1 minute away. Okay, if you are seeing us, that means you are a subscriber. And we want to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for being here with us today as we continue with this conversation. Hope many of you are excited about CitizenCon. I know this is the dry period and everybody feels a certain kind of way, but we are 28 days away. 11 months have passed now, and we are down to the wire. And hope you guys are enjoying the content that we're sharing with you guys. You guys be sure to check out yoyoMeg, one of our streamers here. Captain Serious, you're not streaming right now because you've been in a busy man, but we want to give out a shout out to you too as well. But definitely you guys check out yoyoMeg. We'll put a shout out in the thing for her in just a little bit. And make sure you guys follow her because she's our darling. We have to take care of her, and she is amazing. We love watching her stream. She has such energy. Us old people are getting so crotchety. So she keeps us happy.
If you ain't a double dog, you're wrong.
There you go. There you go. There you go. She keeps us going. All right. Okay, we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that 1 minute commercial. And we're going to jump into our next chapter that CIG covered. Which was life in the first person. Captain Serious, I'm going to come to you first on this one. You got a bunch of them here. Player traversal and updates, radiation, player animated interactions, FPS takedowns, FPS radar ping, and weapon wear. Give me a couple of those for you that you're interested in. You think what's going to show up?
I was very interested in the radiation and the FPS takedowns.
Okay.
Right. Not only the knife-based takedowns, but also the sort of law enforcement bounty hunting takedowns, right?
Mhm.
Where you were able to snap on some manacles to ankles, manacles to wrists.
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to more of that as part of the bounty hunting experience.
Mhm.
But we also started to get these anti-radiation, like the hemazole. That
Oh, the decontamination pin.
Yeah, we got some decontamination pens,
Mm-hmm.
Which let us know that there was going to have to be some radiation management, and so I feel like a lot of that is already in and just waiting for 4.0 and Pyro. I'm looking forward to that as well.
Okay, so right now, do you feel you're feeling confident we're going to get radiation with Pyro? Right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, I'm certain. I'm almost certain of that.
Okay,
right?
give me the ones that you think we're definitely going to see, or what we won't see, which you don't think we'll see.
Well, the top two, I'll leave them some for others, but the top two I think we're definitely going to see for me is radiation, and the FPS takedowns. Well, the knife side of the FPS takedowns.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Meg, I'll come to you on this one. Which ones you think we're going to see here out of that bunch?
For 4.0.
Yeah. Or by CitizenCon. By CitizenCon.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know what? I'm just gonna say by this year. We'll just leave it that way. We'll leave it that way. I'll keep it broad.
Yeah, Pyro this year.
Okay.
Radiation.
Okay.
Player traversal. I'd say the latter one. I'm hopium slide.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
FPS takedowns. I don't, because I feel like I'm probably gonna hold that back for more bounty stuff, and not getting a lot of that stuff yet.
Okay.
Maybe weaponware.
Okay. Okay.
Because we're seeing a lot of changes to weapons.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. We've been getting ship and component wear too. That is in the game right now. So you're right, Meg. That one could pop up. I agree with you on that one. FC, how about you? Any of these you think that we will definitely see by 4.0? CitizenCon?
I feel more confident about radiation.
Yep.
Radiation. I think that's almost unanimous among us so far. Player traversals update. I want to say I'm confident about that compared to the other. Not to say we won't get the other, but I feel more comfortable with the player traversal, because we already have the EVA stuff, and that seems to be somewhat in line with that too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. The player animated interactions. Nobody picked that one. If you guys remember what that was when he walked up to the door, and instead of us just hitting F, his hand went out and hit the opening thing. Do you guys think that animation?
I want that.
But you don't think it'll be there?
I want that in everything.
Okay, but you don't think it'll happen?
God. I'm trying to go with my right mind versus my hopium.
Okay.
No, I don't think it'll happen, but I do want it. I liked her Inesh's presentation on that was really cool. And I like the way it's physicalized. I want that, but I don't think it'll happen.
Okay.
For this year for CitizenCon.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the radiation. Yes. Weaponware. Yes. Wow. Prone and ladder. Yes. Slide. I'm a little concerned about. Like you, Meg. That's pretty much where I'm. And maybe radar ping. I'm kind of leaning like Meg said, unless the whole bounty thing comes together, the FPS takedowns is, I like the idea, but I'm just not sure. We just haven't heard enough about bounties right now. But then again, like the MR is not out, so I don't know. I'm a little hesitant about the bounty thing. But okay, that's that one. We'll move on to the next one. Taking flight. Fastcart, I'm coming to you on this one. Immersion in the cockpit, a relaxed state, interaction prompts, complete ship HUD rework, ship to helmet MFD casting, new configuration profiles for different situations, quantum boosting, and control surfaces.
Okay, I'm going to take new configuration profile for different situations because we just covered out an ISC this past week. So
Okay.
yes, that seems to be coming. I'm confident about that. Oh yeah, the MFD casting or ship to helmet. They come in MFD for ships, but I don't know if they I don't think they really talk about ship to helmet, but it seems to be close together. So hopefully that's coming along too. But definitely the new configuration profile for different situations.
Okay. Meg, how about you?
This same question. Like, are we gonna see this by the end of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with fastcart on his choices.
Okay.
I don't understand control surfaces.
That's when on our ships where the rudders and ailerons for atmospheric flight actually work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like on your wings, your flaps and stuff would be working, all that stuff, versus us doing it by thrusters. Your actual control surfaces on the plane would actually be moving and working.
I'm gonna just copy fastcart. I don't know about much of this stuff. I mean, I'd love to see all
Some of it you do. Did you see when they showed
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm with fastcart on everything he said, but
okay.
Everything else.
Oh, you don't know if we're gonna get it. Don't know. Okay. All right, Cap. What about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of where fastcart is too. I feel like the complete ship HUD rework, we just saw that.
Right. That's coming.
We just saw the new configuration profiles for different situations in the ship.
Yep.
We saw the ability to take casts on either side down in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're that far from ship to helmet casting.
Okay.
I feel like that will also show up.
Mm-hmm.
The quantum boosting, nah. Control surfaces, absolutely not. And immersion in the cockpit, like the relaxed state interaction prompts. If we get the player animated interactions, then yes. If not, then no. I think those two come together.
I got to go back and look at what that was. I must have missed that video because I don't know what that immersion relaxed state thing is. I don't remember what that is. So I've got to go back and look at that.
Anyone know in chat? Can remind us?
Yeah, they got me on that one. I agree with you. The complete ship rehud, we know that's coming. Profiles, we know that's coming. Quantum boosting, I'm still going to give some room for that to happen because of Pyro. I still think that that's going to happen. The ship to helmet MFD, not so sure. And control surfaces, it's not, even though it would be great to add it, I would love to see that more happening when things like dynamic weather step in. But, for right now, I don't think it's going to happen.
Just a relaxed state when sitting in the cockpit. That's about it.
It's just a relaxed state. Yeah, I just don't know what that means.
Your hands are just off the sticks. They just showed it like they were on your lap or whatever. Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks. Okay, that helped. That's helpful then.
That's something that they're pulling over from Squadron 42.
Yeah.
Right? And then maybe they just plug and play with that. But
okay, where you're just chilling in the cockpit.
Ships.
Okay. Yeah. It's where the character is just chilling in the cockpit when you get in, then puts their hands on the sticks when you're, when you turn everything on. Okay, so we're back to that thing again. Gotcha. Okay. All righty.
Listen, if we don't get anything else and we get that, I'm going to be upset. Right. But
we got the HUD rework at least. That's coming.
Yeah. All right, fair. Fair enough. All right, okay, here we go. Living on the Edge, new settlements and local missions. Meg, putting this one on you. What are your thoughts?
If we're getting this, I keep asking the same thing. It's gonna be the same answer.
Yeah.
We already got that, right?
Yes and no. This, I think, leans more toward, and this is where I was mentioning earlier about a lot of this stuff is tied to Pyro. CIG said that there would be new settlements. We did get some settlements, right? We did get some of the new ones, but I think that they mentioned about these local missions that will take place. Like, for example, like at the distribution center, there were supposed to be missions that are just at the distribution center, right? Like right now, we get sent to the distribution center, but they said there'll be missions where you could just be at the distribution center, or you could just be at a certain location and just do missions there. Similar to how like there may be a box mission at Hurston and you just carry the box from one side to the other. But they also said that new settlements would happen in Stanton as well as Pyro. So do you think, Pyro's going to have some settlements and stuff. So do you think that they'll start actually putting missions that are just at those locations So if you go to Rappel,
yeah,
well, like let's say you go to Rappel, there's something you have to do at Rappel that has nothing to do with traveling, or you can just stay at Rappel if you want to and do missions there.
Yeah, the language that they used on the show Living on the Edge was local missions for local people.
Right.
So
once you get there, missions will pop.
Yeah. Like, remember,
it will just be in the locality.
Like they gave an example the other day, Meg. I don't know if you saw this one. It was last week or week before, where the person got a mission to go repair a piece of equipment. They took their multi-tool and they welded it, or they used their energy drain thing just to fix it. That's all they did there, you know. Like if you're just a maintenance person at that location, it's just missions that are locally at that place versus having to travel from planet to moon or whatever to get a mission.
Hopium for sure. I feel like we don't get much content these days. That'd be amazing if we got that, but I feel like they're probably gonna just push to get Pyro at all. With the missions that they had. So I'm gonna say realistically no. Okay.
On the missions, on the new settlements and the missions, or just the missions?
Just the missions.
Just the missions.
There are already settlements there, so if we get Pyro out, I think we'll get them. And we're already seeing like new stuff pop out now in Stanton, like pretty sure in 324. No, I know that for a fact. Sorry, we're already seeing like new stuff pop up. So like they're adding stuff a lot. So I'm not surprised that like they just have more stuff, but with the local missions.
So gotcha. FC.
I feel like this episode of Soul Citizens is like a final exam on how much attention I've been paying to ISC this year. That's what this show feels like.
And what do you think your grade is? What is your grade?
Yeah.
Ask me later. Ask me after the show ends. With new settlements with the local mission, go back said we don't have local missions yet, and I don't remember seeing anything. I don't recall seeing anything about that on. Well, you mentioned that
we do. Wait. No. We do have local missions. We do have local missions. There are missions where it's like, go to this delivery box thing, pick a box up and drop it off on this roof at the same location. Like I know we have those at like Area 18 in New Babbage, but that's the most that we have. That's the most that we have. They want to expand it much further than that. There are no local missions at what's those settlements called? You know, the settlements on Hurston and stuff. There's no local missions and stuff there. There's no local missions at the distribution centers. But the testing,
the delivery box missions.
Do they have them at the settlements though?
No, but you said distribution centers.
Yeah, right. Are there missions that you pick up at the? Do you pick up the mission at the distribution center and deliver it at the distribution center?
Yeah, that's where the confusion is. Like, I think that missions pops anywhere. So if you're just talking about you have to be there for it to pop.
Yeah, it's local.
Like,
it's
you
local.
Get it anywhere, and it's still local. Like,
right.
You pick up the box from the distribution center and then take it like to the storage room or something.
Oh, you do? They have it there?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a local mission then. I didn't know that one was running.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say yes because of the conversation.
Yeah. No. Okay. I see what you're saying, Gomab. Yeah, for the local mission givers. Yes. Okay. Versus the Moby Glass. I got you now. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yep. Then no. Yes. then no. Okay.
Can I phone a friend? I don't have my final answer yet.
Yeah. Right. Did I ask everybody, Cap? Did I ask you about it already or no?
No. Let me just say real quick that the 4.0 includes a mission system refactor.
Okay.
Right? And the core gameplay pillar team for 4.0 is to deliver a reworked mission system because it's supposed to be based on the server meshing compatibility, right? That there's a location repair, new missions location repair that are introduced engineering, gameplay, and locality that's supposed to be a part of that, but they're saving that. It literally says first will appear in Pyro's outposts. So if we get Pyro, I think that we're probably going to get the transit system refactor and the mission system refactor. And if we get those, then we're going to begin to see local missions from settlements, and it'll start in Pyro.
Gotcha. Okay. The prisoner
so
and
my guess is yes, we're going to get that.
Okay. That's okay. No. The Prisoner and Rigsy, thank you guys so much for that. They say, yes, you do get the missions there. Where do you pick those missions up, Meg? Do you know, they pop up on your Moby Glass?
Yeah, under delivery.
But do you have to be there to do it?
I am very happy to be here.
I've never seen those under delivery.
Yeah, you could just sit around there with a mule, but you got to get out. You could deliver them to like, pretty sure to the like front desk. Like pick them up where you sometimes drop them off.
Okay.
Outside on the shelves.
Okay, yeah.
You probably deliver them other places too, but
Oh.
and like there's like the mini areas outside the distribution centers that you can like drive to or fly. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for telling me. Thank you guys. It's Ichiko. It's 420. Don't mention that word in here. How dare you bring up the Banu Merchantman?
I just answered.
How dare you bring up the Banu Merchantman? All right. We're getting near wrapping this up near the end here. Destination Adventure. This was a big one at the very end of CitizenCon. Raids, container attributes, and base building. Captain Serious, I'm going to start with you on this one.
So, base building with land claims, we're not going to see that. What we're going to see, and what we were told by Todd Pappy, was that R&D on base building would begin in Q1, right? My guess is that probably happened, right? So they probably met that goal. But we were not told that we would get base building in 12 months. We were not told we would get base building by CitizenCon. We were told that R&D would begin in Q1 of the calendar year, right? So my guess is that probably happened. I am pretty. I would put money, not a lot of money, on the idea that we will get an update as to where base building is. Right. And that crafting will be, and that type of stuff, land claims, all that stuff will be located in the 4.0 to 1.0 roadmap, but we're not going to get any base building. The raids and container attributes, I feel like we haven't heard enough about any of that, whether it's on the progress tracker or the roadmap or the monthly updates, for me to feel confident that we're going to get any of that in-game, whether it's Evo, PTU, or live by CitizenCon. I do think that that's a build out on once they get Pyro in. I think this whole area here, for me, we're going to see any of this.
Okay. FC?
So the last Star Citizen Live, they had Kogo Sad on. That's what Jared calls them, and some of the people in the community. But he had Chad on, and one of the questions was about naming containers, and I believe that's container attributes. He said that is something that they are working towards, or something that they want. So, but whether or not we see it by the end of the year, I'm gonna say no. But it is something that they want to put into the game.
Okay. Meg?
What are the container attributes, like being able to name them?
Yeah, I remember they had the different ones, like the frozen ones and the ones that were volatile and naming and all that stuff. Different colorings,
I'm saying absolutely yes, because they've been going hard on cargo and focusing on cargo, and they did not care to work on bounty hunting. So they're probably working on that stuff right now. It's probably ready to go. That'd be sick. And then like maybe we'll see some missions for transporting in between the systems once Pyro drops, which hopefully is at the end of this year. Raids, maybe. Base building, no.
I love what she said. Raids, no. Maybe. All right. So here's mine. Raids, doubtful. Container attributes, I'm with Meg. Yes. Base building, yes. Look at their faces. Look at their faces. Now let me tell you why. By the way, y'all can say Griffin's full of it, because I'll be in the UK, so I won't be on the show that day. So y'all can feel free to talk about me bad if I'm wrong. Okay.
Oh, you go to the after show.
So let me tell you But let me tell you why I think there's a possibility. And I want to be very careful about how far that goes with base building. Because CIG stated some things. One of the things, as they talked about, was that when they started working on the was it the Polaris Perseus Galaxy, right? And so my guess is that there's going to be some movement toward the Galaxy next year. But even more, there's 6 unannounced ships right now. 6 unannounced ships. And we know which ones are that they showed us from last year. They showed us the Mirai. That was one of the ones that was still to be done. And the, what's the one called? The one that's the boarding ship? I always forget the name of it. This is the Legionnaire, right?
Legionnaire.
Those are the only 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Have a Crusader starter ship.
The starter, right. So there's like 2 or 3 ships left. But we know about those. But there are still some anonymous ships that we don't know what they are yet. And my guess is, if you guys remember, before when 323 came out, they showed us the new version of what CaptainSeriousFun was talking about. They went into development on base building back in January, but they showed us a video of what the base looked like. They even went inside and showed us mannequins with armor on it and all this other stuff. And it was not concept stuff. This was stuff that was done. The other reason why I think they're going to do it is because they have been throwing furniture out. And furniture for the hangars is great, but they've been really throwing like furniture and stuff out. In fact, in the goodies pack, there's a double bed that's in there. Now, do I want to put a double bed in my hangar? Not really. Now, I could go wrong on this because they could also do something else that's not base building necessarily with, and I'm not going to throw the land claims thing in yet. They could also open up apartments and places for us to live and dwell in permanently. Since now we have permanent residences and hangars, I would love to see them also open up. But that's leading into my predictions area, so I won't go down that far. But I just think there's going to be more on base building than just we've been working on it. I think that it's going to be coming up in the 4 point something fairly soon, much sooner than later. Because in order to go into Pyro, there's going to be so much real estate. And to have that real estate out there and people can't settle down, I don't think you're going to be settling down in stations. I think you're going to have places to settle down in that particular system. But that's my prediction also. So we have see.
Griff, one thing about that bed is that I believe it was Star Citizen Live that mentioned it, but they have an aspiration, not a promise, but a goal that they want to be able to allow us to log out on those beds. So it might come in handy, even if you don't, even if it doesn't really go with your hangar.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so let's hit this part here for my friends here. Let's go with predictions. Cap, I'm going to start with you. Give me a couple of predictions of things that maybe that we haven't talked about that you think might raise their ugly head at CitizenCon.
Okay. Here's my moment.
All right.
So
don't mess it up.
We already know that we're going to be walking through, because last year CitizenCon we walked through the theme was pyro. Right, the colors were pyro, the lighting was pyro.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that the theme this year will be a RSI Bengal.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as a result of that, I think that there's going to be a lot about Squadron 42.
Okay.
So my prediction is that we will get at CitizenCon Squadron 42 stars, like actors.
Mm-hmm.
We will get Squadron 42 release date.
Mm-hmm.
And we will get the $6 million stretch goal, Squadron 42 behind enemy lines, as a demo mission USB that we can bring home, but also play there the way we played Pyro.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. That last one you caught me off guard on. Okay. FC.
Yeah, because in the $6 million stretch goal, they talked about the first Squadron 42 mission disc behind enemy lines will be available free to all backers who pledge before the $6 million release. So this is how they get at that.
Right? Interesting. All right.
So I didn't play before that, so I'm in trouble. That's okay though.
All right, Fastcart, what you got?
Well, Serious Fun took one for the two, so I'm going to go with something else. And
Okay.
some people already said it in chat.
Okay.
Tony Z, people were missing him last year, so I'm
Okay.
predicting Tony Z will make an appearance. As a matter of fact, I believe they said that they were going to have a Tony Z ISC or ICL or something like that, but I don't recall them doing it this year.
They did not.
Did I miss it?
They did not.
Okay. They did not. So I'm expecting to hopefully see Tony Z, and they'll talk about economy or something with the Quanta or Quantum or whatever name they come up with next. It could just be sub-7 so whatever name they want to call it next. I'm hoping that we'll see a Tony Z presentation. Also, this is my hopium, science and research. I'm hoping or something about crafting or more stuff about blueprints, or something that near and dear to my heart. So I'm just gonna say hopefully we'll see something, learn something new about science and research.
Okay, science and research and I want to say science, research, and crafting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Meg, who got any predictions of what might not be on the list that might show up?
I had something and then I blanked.
Okay.
I'm hoping that if you are right about base building,
Mhm.
that maybe we'll see either that like ballista looking land vehicle for
Mm.
like the start for base building, or we get to see like the galaxy modules, or I don't know, just something to do with base building. Release,
I'll say
and-
tier 0 base building. How's that?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had the same thought of Squadron 42 and the demo, so that's really it for me. I don't really know what else they could do new. I'm very excited.
Okay.
You got to do a second round of everybody. Everybody got to do a second round.
Oh no. What, you got something else or something? You got something else?
Oh, yeah,
my God.
add to it.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna give you mine.
Well, Griff got to go. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Dag, I just lost mine now. Hold on a second. One of them was okay, there will be a quarterly release announcement. I'm at bad spelling. That's for Squadron 42, by the way. SQ42. There will be I've got to come back now. I just lost it because I had it when we said for the second round.
I'll jump in.
What you got?
So not only are we going to get Pyro with 4.0.
Oh, that's where I was going. I'm going where you're going to go. So go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
But we're going to get Nyx.
Yes.
And Levski.
Yes.
You just made Jade happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We are absolutely going to get both of those.
Okay. All right. I'm going to, at the very least, say we're going to see them. It's interesting. Nobody talked about a trailer or anything like that, which I don't think will happen. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen, to be honest with you. But for me, it's the quarterly release date, and it was definitely the other system of Nyx and Pyro. Anybody else got anything that they feel needs to fill out that list before we go for their prediction?
I think that we're going to get a 4.0 to 1.0 rope.
I was looking about to put down. So I said roadmap. Yep, exactly.
Roadmap, yeah, okay.
And that the 4.0 branch will be system based. So 4.1 Terra, 4.2 Astra, 4.3.
I'm nervous about that because when they did that last time, they gave too much detail. I'll put it down.
That was in 2016.
And that hung them because they did do a lot of that stuff, but because they locked it down to certain points, people looked for it. I think they're going to do what you said at first, which is going to be, here's our 4.0. This is what we're looking to do between 4.0 1.0
and 4.5
because technically 3.
It depends on whether they have these things already locked in and done a lot of it, right? If they have a lot of it done, they may be able to roll it out.
Yeah, I can see them doing stuff like the whole B, whole D, and whole E.
Let me say this. Thank you for saying that, fastcart. That was my other one. And by the way, Cap, the last one was supposed to be from 3.0 to 3.10. Yeah, we went to 3.24. That's why I'm like,
Bandy must have been a 3.6,
yeah.
right?
So that's why I'm a little nervous about that. And I will say thank you, fastcart. I'm going to say this is one of my other ships that I want to see happen. That's going to be my other prediction out of nowhere. Okay. Those are our predictions. Everybody going once, going twice. Anything else? Everybody's good? All right, y'all. Don't y'all kill us if this stuff don't come true. This is a little bit of our wish list. Okay, this is our wish list of things that we want to see happen. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. We have hit it. We are 28 days away, as we stated earlier, and we've got some questions, and we're also doing a giveaway. We're doing 3 giveaways, so stick around for a little bit, okay? Stick around if you're interested in these giveaways. FC, have you got the questions drawn up so we can start talking about them?
Yeah, we got one from yesterday from Troll Voice. Do you want to take that one, or
if you think it fits in? If it's outside of this, then no. But if it's got something to do with this,
so I go to one from today then.
Okay.
Steve the Dancer.
I am very happy to be here.
What would each of you think if the Moby-Glass had one engineering page? It would show room temperature, atmosphere, gravity component, weapon health, and it would not have any control. What do you think about that?
Happy to be here.
Anyone want to think? I have an answer if you want me to go first, but
I'm sure everybody might have one. Go ahead, you can go first if you want.
For me, I think I would want to have control, but that's me. So it would be great to have all that, but I would want to control on the Moby-Glass along with that. That's me, though.
I am very happy to be
I'm fine
here.
with no control. I hope that I think it's API, so that we can see that on things like Game Glass. I can't think of the other one. So we can see things like that on screens.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can't think of. I'm blanking so hard right now.
It's okay.
Yeah, being able to see that outside of the game, and then of course in game. Like, I don't think everything should be able to be done so easily. Unpopular opinion. So, yeah, being able to tell other people like what needs to be done, though, that just gives that person like that role.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cap, you got any thoughts about that? The Moby-Glass? Engineering? No. Okay. Yeah.
No thoughts.
Yeah, I here's the difficulty. There are things that would be cool to have, but then I also think about how they affect gameplay when it's all said and done. The Moby-Glass is basically an idea that has apps, right? Will there be an engineering app? I could see it. Whether I'm going to be controlling things from that app, I think that removes the idea of the engineering station and another player, because once again, it brings everything down to you. So the impact on gameplay becomes the problem with that, even though I think it's a cool idea. So as long as you can't do anything, if it's a matter of just monitoring or status, that's one thing. But being able to control it, that would be the part I would personally not want it to be able to do. So,
okay, Griff, when you put it that way, it doesn't sound too bad. I can buy that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, next question. This one also from Steve did answer. How important is fixing the SRV? We can't tow in quantum right now for 4.0 in engineering gameplay. How important is fixing the SRV so it can tow in quantum 4.0? You mean
in quantum or in jump points? Because you can tow in quantum.
They just fixing the SRV.
Oh, fixing. Or is it not working now? Oh, maybe it's not working now. Oh, you can't now, Steve? Oh, geez. Yeah. Well, yeah, that definitely needs to be fixed.
Yeah, it's the entire point of the ship.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's already a bit limiting when you can't do quantum, and I get that, right? When you can't do it there, and I understand why they're doing that. But yeah, it definitely needs to be able to work in the local system if you're doing some type of quantum jump. So that just needs to be fixed. Yeah. Okay.
Next question from Pop in Space. Given our interest in power system, is anyone on a panel hoping to get a peek inside the Nix system while at CitizenCon? Well, I think we already answered that somewhat, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, we said that Nix. We think that Nix is going to be definitely something that they're going to show off in some form, whether they give it to us or just give us a preview, because we've seen it before. They showed us some stuff in Nix previously. And Nix is a fairly small system. Levski is really the major thing that's there. You don't have all the landing zones and everything that you have in some of the other systems that we've talked about. So I think it's a definite possibility. By the way, I wanted to add to that list. I've forgotten. You said it earlier, fastcart. I do definitely think there's going to be the economy as far as what they're going to talk about.
Okay.
What else we got?
I just want to say that peek inside the next. Yeah, I wanted to say in regard to that, I want to say 2019 or 2020, might have been 2019. They had like pieces of Nick's. They showed us in one of the ISU. I had the trailer, so definitely something they have in house already. But I don't know how complete it is by now.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, I mean, I know a lot of times we think about CIG as doing things in real time, but there's a lot of stuff that they've been doing for a long time. They have not been waiting to do systems just because, like, now they have teams that have actually been just working on systems. So God only knows how many systems they may have, you know, in a fairly decent level of development. They may not have all of the points of interest and things of that nature, but them being able to generate systems is not like it was years ago, where it literally took them months and months and months. They literally do it in weeks now. And so it's after that, it's just a matter of creating, which is what CIG said when they came off of this whole Squadron 42 polishing thing, that they were going to focus this year on missions and building game content. So even though we haven't seen it, that's one of the things that I really do believe that's going to get revealed at this CitizenCon, is that we're going to start seeing, here's the game content that we have been waiting for a very, very long time.
And that's related to the next question. Go ahead.
Oh, before you go to the next question, I would just say that, you know, there's a lot of opportunities with the Nix system as well, right? So we went to, there's a lot of stuff in Nix that makes it a place that's great for hiding. And so.
Oh no!
What happened?
Stream crashed.
It's not according to me. It says we're still alive on my end. Did it?
It crashed. It stopped.
It says we're back. Citizen just said we're back.
Okay, let me hit refresh.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay,
we're back. Refresh.
All right. You're pushing up on that 2 hour mark.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we got 7 questions. So no more questions.
Yeah, no. It was Comcast last time, guys. It was Comcast last time. So okay, go ahead, fastcart. No, we had some more, didn't we? Was that everybody?
Yeah. No. I'm just asking people to not send more questions.
Oh, okay.
Because someone just said a question just now.
Okay, sure.
This is from Lady Space Patrol. This is their word, not mine. But how fast do you think things will suddenly escalate when they stop actually wasting time on Squadron 42? That clearly didn't happen in 2024 with the Sun Trainers to transition the team from Squadron 42 to Star Citizen. How fast do you think things will escalate when they stop wasting time on Squadron 42? That's Lady Space Patrol. Not mine.
What's this ability transition?
So here's what I think about that. I think that
I'm reading it.
Getting
Okay.
a Squadron 40.
I'm
Getting
sorry.
a Squadron 42 trilogy. So I think there'll be a back and forth between the Squadron 42 teams and the EU teams, right? So the Squadron 42 will drop. That'll bring a whole bunch of resources in to allow us to go further in the PU. But some of that will come back to the next phase of Squadron 42. It'll be back and forth for across this project.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think that it'll go away.
There's a great video that was put out by Ray's Guide, where he talks about this whole idea of something that happened recently with CIG and copyrights. And I agreed with him. In fact, I was thinking it, that when he said it, it just reinforced what I was thinking. And guys, many of you guys know they talked about this whole Soul Singer thing. What is that? And people were saying, is it a new game? There's two things it either is. It's either some type of tech in relation to CIG, or it could be the DLC for part 2. I could see it being any of those things. I'm not so worried about it being some other new game that CIG is creating. So for me, the development for Squadron 42 is going to continue, right? But we don't know what level, when they went to polish and everything, it didn't mean that they weren't doing anything with Squadron 42. It did mean that much of the resources were going back to working on the persistent universe. And I think that all that work is being dropped when we get into 4.0 in CitizenCon this year. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got a couple of people I want to give some shout outs to before they scroll down too far too. Citizen Shenanigans, thank you for the resub earlier. Arc Ralph, thank you for the follow. Yavin, thank you for the follow. And Chico 420 again, thank you for the follow. Go ahead, fastcart, what you got?
All right, so next question. Meg, did you have anything like that? You're good.
Oh, well, what was the this is about
How
Squadron?
fast do you think? Yeah, how fast you think they'll escalate for Star Citizen now that they're feature pouncing on Squadron 42?
I mean, they've been doing that for a whole year now, right? So I don't know.
Coming up on a year. Yep, coming up on a year. Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is from Steve the Dancer. What do you think the biggest problem once 4.0 complete wipe happens and finally people will have to leave landing zones? What do you think the biggest problem will happen? Biggest problem will be once 4.0 completely wipe happens?
There is an issue, and there was an issue this time when everybody jumped into the servers that in some cases there weren't enough beds when everybody rushed in at one time. But that's because everybody was rushing in at one time. And we've seen this happen before when a new patch has come out. Some of you have seen when you have to go down to like the place where you buy your equipment and you got to stand in line because everybody jumped into the game. That's not going to be the norm. But obviously that first day, it may be a little something when people jump in to the game. So we'll have to see.
Not just beds, but hangars too, right? Trying to get out of a hangar. I can see if it may happen that two people may try to leave the same.
It is. It's an issue now. It's an issue now. There is an issue with queuing ships currently in the game right now. For some people, they've made it better, but there were people who were waiting a decent amount of time to queue out of hangars at one point. But they've been shrinking that time frame down more now. So, yeah.
All right. This is from Sir Toki. If y'all think that Squadron 42 is going to get announced, what are your thoughts on the chance that CIG will actually make whatever date that they may give? I see. Me personally, I think they'll give a quarter release instead of like a physical, an actual date. I think they'll probably try to hit a quarter. So if they give a quarter, I feel more confident about it. If they give a date, I'm like, you shouldn't have done that. But that's me.
What do you think, Meg? Quarter or date or no announcement at all for Squadron? Quarter. Cap.
Yeah, I think it'll be a season, right? It'll be like holiday or
okay.
It'll be something unique like that. It won't be an actual day.
I don't even think that's. A lot of companies do that. A lot of games do that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not necessarily a big deal, right?
Yeah.
But it would be a big deal to do the Todd Howard thing and give a date and miss it, right? Because they don't want to. They don't want to miss.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel more confident if they give a quarter. If they give a date, it's like they're gonna miss that.
Yeah. I want to address something that Lady Space Patrol said because I think it's important what she's saying, and she was saying they said that they were gonna, but it seems like they didn't. It strikes me improbable that they'd have transferred resources there and has been no tangible effect. Richard, expect large quarterly patches moving forward. Trier undoubtedly meant that that quote in the context of teams migrating from Squadron to Star Citizen to the persistent universe, she's saying. And yeah, I agree to a certain degree. This is my theory, Lady Space Patrol, and it could be completely wrong. But I've said this before, moving from the 3-point series to 4-point series is not just about content. It is about the game development changing to another level. And for some of the things that they want to give us and move us to, that means that a lot about the game has to change. And that's everything from coding. It's not just introducing new stuff, but it's also making sure that as we go into this next era of development, that we fix a whole lot of stuff. And by incorporating new features with all that bad stuff still being there, if it's bad code or whatever over the years, it will be a hassle later. So my thoughts is that CIG has been working to get everything so that when we get to 4.0, we move toward what Chris Roberts says what 1.0 is, which he called a commercially viable game that's playable, that we will return to over and over. 4.0 for me is a step toward that more than it is about new features, systems, and all this other stuff. It's a technological and developmental leap. And in order to do that, if we just start putting all these little things in that we saw, it becomes even harder when you want to make that technological leap. So I'm hoping that 4.0 represents the static server meshing, better stability, better performance, better, amount of people playing in the game, so that when we do want to add these things, it all works together better. And that's a big jump, because for those of us who remember going from 2.6 to 3.0, it was a big jump then. So that's kind of why I think maybe the things that we were anticipating That's why it's important that 4.0 has itself together. But I could be wrong. But that's usually when we do a jump from, because otherwise it just becomes another 3.25, you know what I mean, or a 2.6. But the fact that we're changing is way beyond just features and stuff, but it's way more about development. But we'll see. You know, I get it, believe me, because I was looking forward to some stuff this year too that we haven't seen. So is that it, FC?
That was from True.
More?
That was from Satogi.
Okay.
This is from Ralph, but it doesn't really specify. It says, what about insurances? There must have been something directly that we've talked about.
Yeah, I think he was asking, did we expect to hear anything about insurances at this particular thing? We know that they did some adjustments to the economy and raising the prices of ships and rentals and all that stuff. So I guess he's asking, do you think insurance will get kicked in at this point, you know, with the waiting and time frames and all that? You guys think they'll do anything with the insurances and stuff and claiming ships and all that?
They may adjust some stuff, but I don't think actual insurance will kick in until 1.0.
Yeah, that's the real thing about insurance. They may do some dummy version of it if they do anything with claiming. But like fastcart says, until 1.0 comes in, they said that they wouldn't do anything with the loss of ships and stuff. So
yeah,
there's a chance that they will tell us about insurance and what and changes to insurance will be.
Yeah,
in the run up to 1.0.
Yeah,
there's a chance of that.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Citizen Shenanigans. Do you think they will give us org tools with 4.0?
Boy, oh boy, that's
in the 4.0 branch, but not at 4.0.
Yes.
4.1 or something like that.
4 point something.
4.7. Yeah. 4.7. Oh God. 4.7 to 1.0. All right, this is from Pot and Space. Any predictions on straight deployable ships for Citizen? Any predictions?
None yet.
Straight deployable ships.
I don't know about them. Not me. I wouldn't dare.
Dang, I had some.
Ooh.
I feel like the G vehicle series.
Okay.
The whole B.
Okay.
The Mirai Guardian.
Okay.
And
that all for CitizenCon?
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, some of the ships for the next day, I think that they'll say for I'm not sure which ship.
I mean, they can have more.
Yeah, they can have more. That's true. I want to say like maybe the Mirai Guardian, because that was something that they did put on the screen for CitizenCon, and it's been a year, so I could see them doing that one.
Yeah.
And some of the other like hidden unknown ships that were hidden at that time that we don't really know about. But any prediction for a great flyable ship? Yeah, Mirai Guardian is my guess.
I'm going to go a little bit further afield. It's a cargo season. It is the season of cargo. Gatak Raylan.
Ooh. You're speaking my language. I don't know about that, but I'm hoping.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I hope it's something we haven't even seen, and I hope it's just like a full set of them.
Yeah.
Like 3 variants or something.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So a couple more questions. Citizen Shenanigans. How about VoIP and FOIP 2.0?
Be nice. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, no argument.
Yeah, no argument about that. It'd be nice.
I think they'll come back to that at the same time that they come back to org tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
So somewhere in the 4.0 branch.
Okay.
And this is from the last question. This is from Gib214. Will Master Mode delay SQUADRON for the 2 release?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No. Not connected. Okay. All right, cool. Great questions, you guys. We're going to do our giveaway now. I know you guys have been waiting patiently. I didn't know we had that many questions. Oh my God, that was the most questions we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe we should have gone to giveaway during the question. But
well, I didn't know we had that many. Geez. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our giveaways. Our very first giveaway that we're doing today is for, everybody's been talking about the Atlas. So we're going to be giving away the Atlas 4-pack paint pack. So those of you who are interested in that, this is going to be the Atlas 4-pack paint pack.
Colossal will want to know because you know he's going to ask.
No, they cannot.
I tried, Colossal.
So, all right. So we're going to punch that in for you guys right now. There it is. All you have to do is say ticket 1 to get yourselves into for this one. If you want that 4-pack for paint, for that, this is your time to jump in. This is your time. This is your time.
Ticket, space 1.
Yeah, I think it's exclamation ticket or something like that.
Exclamation point.
It comes in. They're all flying in, so they all got it. It's coming in little by little here. All righty.
Type it incorrectly. Make sure you type it correctly.
All righty. Yeah, they're typing it in. If you are interested in it, okay. I have to make sure I'm looking at the right thing here for what's next.
Oh, you gotta be on Twitch in order to enter.
Thank you.
Enter from YouTube.
Yes, our apologies, YouTubers. I'm so sorry. I keep saying I'm going to fix it so that we can do both, and I keep forgetting. So please forgive the old man. Oh, I forgot all about it. By the way, if you're a subscriber, you get 3 times the opportunity. 3 times. If you're a subscriber to the channel, there's a 3 times chance that you could win. Okay, we are about a minute
Exclamation
in.
Point, ticket, space 1.
Mm-hmm. Ticket, and you got to put a 1 in there. YOLOS.
Exclamation point, ticket, space 1.
Yes, please. 10 seconds.
There you go.
10 seconds. Okay, YOLOS, you're in.
Got it.
All right, you got it. Sir Togi's in. All right, 4 paint pack. All right, our time is up. We are here. And we're going to close.
He's in. Is it yellow?
Yeah, he made it. It's the 4-pack. It's got all the colors in it. All right, we're going to draw the winner. Yo, give us a countdown on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, please.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blast off.
Chris Dian.
Let us know you're here.
Chris, give us a shout. Are you available? Are you here? Let us know.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, oh my God.
You are a winner.
Oh my God. I won. I never win anything. I won. I can't believe it. Yes.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. Fastcart, tell Chris what they need to do while I type in this next one.
Okay, so Chris, congratulations on winning. What you want to do is send an email to Soul Citizen for the AskSoulCitizen@gmail.com, and you want to put in your RSI email address and RSI account name, and then we'll get those off to you as soon as possible. But yeah, Soul Citizen for the SON@gmail.com.
Okay. All righty, we are up for our next one here. I gotta type in all the details. All right, move the subscriber luck up by 3. All right, our next one is those of you guys know we're in Pirate Week right now, so we're going to be doing the Skull Crusher 4 paint pack. If you are into that cool gray skull being on several of your ships, I think it was the Mantis, the Vulture, the Avenger, and I forget the MSR, I think. If you guys are interested in that one. If you guys are interested in that one, yep, MSR is one of them. Yep. Put in.
No, Meg, you cannot enter.
Wait, hold on. I don't know.
So you guys could jump in on this one for the Skull Crusher.
Don't enter.
Skull Crusher 4 paint pack for Pirate Week. For those of you who are interested in that, I'm going to give you about another 45 seconds. Everybody can chime in. Exclamation ticket 1. That gets you in for the paint pack.
Twitch only again. Only on Twitch.
Yes.
So if you're on YouTube,
Fastcart, remind me to work on making it so YouTube people can do it too. Because we leave them out, and I feel bad. We leave out our YouTubers, and we have great YouTube people who follow us and sponsor us for that matter.
Any of y'all pick up any of those paints?
No, not yet. I haven't bought Squad.
I got a couple for free.
But, I forgot.
No, I got the furniture for free. But
yeah.
They're not my style.
I haven't bought an Atlas even, which is terrible. I wanted to get a 3-pack. Meg, I wanted a 3-pack. I wanted them to do a 3-pack. I wanted them to do a 3-pack. You know what I mean? I didn't want to buy them individually. So I'm going to wait till IAE and hopefully they'll do a 3-pack. You got one?
I got an Atlas and I got the blue paint.
Oh, okay. Meg, I saw your picture. I saw the picture you posted. That was really cool. With like the 10 Atlases out there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get one before it leaves the store.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold back.
All right, we're closing it out here, gang. Fastcart, you give us the countdown this time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cortheus, are you there? Cortheus, are you there? Let us know. Let us know if you are there. Is Cortheus here? Somebody let us know.
True ninja.
If Cortheus shows up.
I am here.
Cortheus, you are the winner.
Again, you want to send your email to Soul Citizens. That's on the end. SoulCitizens@gmail.com. Give us your RSI account name and your RSI email address so we can send that off to you.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Thanks for being here. And last but not least, our third and final giveaway. We're giving away the Salvage Skull Relax to the Max set. This is the full piracy furniture set that you guys saw on the website. We're going to be giving that full furniture set away. For those of you who are looking forward to decorating your hangar, your hab, your settlement, whatever it's going to be, this is the time to check in on this one. The Salvage Skull Relax to the Max set. Once again, exclamation point, ticket 1 if you are interested in getting some furniture. That is actually like the 4 chairs, the couch, the table, all that stuff comes together. That's the biggest furniture pack that they have on the store right now for that. I think they got like 3 versions of it or 4 versions of it. This is the max one.
4.
Is it 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it's 4, yeah.
Awesome
They come in all
sauce.
singles and and then they have a medium big pack and then a big pack.
Big pack. Well, this is the big pack. All right. So we got about another 40 seconds on this one before we close it out. Did you guys buy any of this furniture? How are you guys feeling about the furniture that they put in there so far? Is it okay? Have you used it?
I mean, I'm
Mid.
I mean, I'm okay with it. Just that I'm not into the skull. If it was something else that I would put in there,
I'm talking about the other stuff. I'm talking about the other furniture. Not, I forgot you don't play the game. My mistake. I forgot.
Oh, you talking about the other? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's other furniture.
We had nothing before. We got something. We're still complaining. I am one of the people who is complaining, but I definitely feel like
You should go to
there's a lot of stuff that doesn't work.
You should go to Captain Jones's hangar. I was impressed because he had I learned some lessons. I had the fish tanks, the couches. I was like, oh, this looks good. And you put it at the entrance area. You know what I mean? Don't put it in the other pot. His place was amazing. I was once we can put that big mini machine up, it's going to be off the hook too. By the way, but yeah,
and it had a contest too. So I'm looking forward to seeing who wins and some of the contestant contributions.
Okay.
To get some ideas.
The best thing they do is that Meridian paint.
Yeah.
And that Meridian paint is
I
tight.
love the Meridian paint. I agree with you on that. All right, we're closing the giveaway here. Boom, here we go. CaptainSeriousFun, you get the count this time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
Arkraf.
I know that there.
Okay, Arkraf, are you still here? Are
them.
you around? Let us know, please, if you are here, because you are the winner of the Max set.
Wow, congrats. Yeah, Soul Citizens with an S on the end at gmail.com. Give us your RSI account name and email address.
Awesome. Congratulations to everybody who won a little something tonight.
He doesn't want it.
He doesn't want it. That's funny. It's like, donate it to me. Okay. All righty. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get ready to wrap it all up. FC, why don't you share with people a little bit about what we have coming up this week, which is on the screen, by the way. So feel free to read it.
Well, there is Return to October 10th. Thank you. It came up just now. Yeah, so we're taking a 2-week hiatus for Soul Talk. There's no ISC and there's no Citizen Live because this is the downtime between now and CitizenCon. But we are gonna pick up before CitizenCon. So we will return on October 10th. 9 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC, and that's where we talk about what's going on this week in Star Citizen. We cover ISC, SCL, but it won't be on around that time. Well, what's going on this week in Star Citizen, but the great thing is you get to come in and talk with me and talk with us about give us your thoughts about what's going on this week. So yeah, so talk will return on October 10th.
And next week will be Soul Voices. We're not going to be here next week because next week is my birthday weekend. So I'm taking the weekend off. And so I'll be back on October the 5th. I'll be back on October the 5th. Hey, I'm just letting them know I'm going to be gone. That's what I'm so I'm going to be off next week, so we won't be having it, but we will be back the following week on October the 5th. And as Fastcart said, we're going to be kind of preparing for CitizenCon, more conversation about what's going on in the community, and also as well as we're leading up to CitizenCon, our excitement and anticipation for that. So hopefully you guys will be able to see us then. And Fastcart will be taking his break, so we're going to look forward to giving him a little break too. Next Sunday, I do not have the graphics for this show. I have been struggling with the graphics for this show. But what we will do is tell you what the name of the show is going to be. What is it, Captain? Get what you need.
Sunday,
Get what you need. I forget.
It's going to be Get What You Need, and it's going to be about the ships that are necessary for careers. Get what you need, and we're going to have Soul team members here. We're very excited. That is going to be next Sunday. We are going to be rocking and rolling. So even though you don't get your Fastcart Soul Talk, and even though you don't get Griff for Soul Voices, you can still get your fix, right? Just make sure you show up Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Get what you need. And we'll be here next Sunday on the 29th.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Meg, let people know where they can find you.
You can find me on twitch.tv/yoyoMeg or on Twitter at I am yoyoMeg. I usually stream Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time, and a lot on the weekends.
Yes. Y'all go see Meg. If y'all feeling grumpy and sad, go see Meg. All right. She will brighten your day with her streams. All right. Special thank you to everybody who was here, to all my co-hosts, CaptainSeriousFun, Fastcart, Meg. Love you guys. Thanks for putting in all the time today, reflecting back to our journey last year and our journey that is to come. And thank you guys for all the subs, the follows, everything that you guys did, all the chats today. And congratulations again to our winners. We are going to be sending you guys over to our good friend TV Liquid. When you get over there with TV with that big red hat, let them know that you came over from the Soul Citizens. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and as always, we tell you guys, peace, love, soul. Take care. Ciao.